Thank you very much, dear participants, dear colleagues. Winston Churchill once spoke about the storm of war. Today, this storm does not always begin with the first shot. It often starts quietly with information signals, with unusual messages, with small changes that seems random. Ukraine is an example of how this storm looks when we look back at it. When we analyze the events of 2014 and 2022, we see that the warning signs were there. They were not invisible, they were underestimated. The Russian Federation does not start with the open military action. It usually begins with testing the information space, increasing social division, using history and identity to influence people, weakening trust in state institutions, and creating a feeling of chaos and loss of control. There are weak signals. The problem is that many countries do not see them as a part of a bigger plan. Ukraine experience helps us understand that we need not only reaction, but also an early warning system based on clear markers. If we look at Russia's actions step by step, we can see a pattern. The first, informational preparation. Then cyber attacks on a critical infrastructure. Then political destabilization. And only after that, open military action. This scenario has repeated itself. Today we can see similar elements in the Baltic region. We see discussion about control in the maritime area. We see attention to the strategic place like Gotland. We saw influence attempts in Finland before it joined NATO. The question is not whether the next attack will look exactly like the one against Ukraine. The question is where partners will recognize the pattern early enough. Ukraine can share practical experience. What should we watch carefully? A sudden increase in coordinated information campaigns, message about historical injustice, attempts to question election results, efforts to weaken trust in NATO or European Union cooperation, unusual activity around ports, energy system, or logistics centers. And cyber attacks that look like testing systems. Each of those signs alone may seem small, but together they show preparation for something bigger. Ukraine paid a high price to learn how to read those signals. That is why today our responsibility is to help our partners to see them earlier. Russia acts flexibly. Its plans can change. So our response must also be flexible. We need a shared European frameworks to identify weak signals, strong cooperation with the civil society, fast information exchange between countries, and a clear understanding that an information attack is often the first stage of war. In time of a storm of war, the most dangerous moment is the silence before it. Ukraine has learned to recognize this silence, and true partnership means sharing this knowledge and building stronger information security together. Thank you.